right, what's up, bro? Let's go.
Hold on, I'm trying to fucking get my life together real quick. Fuck. Fuck. All right. All right. We're gonna get started. Welcome to PSA. So what do y'all want to talk about our little break? Or are we just gonna keep it moving like it never happened?
Uh,
I mean, you could just say
we're
we're all
back.
busy doing. Yeah, we were busy doing our own shit.
Got you. Too busy for the fans, but we're back now, and that's what matters.
And I mean, if they missed us, they should have said something.
Yeah, it's facts. It's their fault.
Straight up.
All right, we're about to get started though. All right, what's up, listeners? Welcome to Public Sports Announcement. I'm your host, Alvin Glim. I'm here with my two other co-hosts.
What's up, you guys? This is Sam.
Reezaan here. Hope everybody's been well during our little hiatus.
Yeah, sorry guys, we've been gone. We've been out of the country, flying all over the place, but we're back now. Ready to get back for this football season. Keep recording every week. Check us out. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, we'd love to hear from y'all. You can reach out to us on Twitter. You can listen to us on Defy Life and SoundCloud. So without any further ado, I know you guys been waiting to hear from us, so let's get right into it. This week we're doing a little special. Now the NFL season's right around the corner. We thought we'd touch up on some of the NFL divisions, seeing what they're looking like, their offseason moves and stuff like that. And this week's two divisions are AFC and NFC North. We'll start with the NFC. So basically, we're going to run over the offseason acquisitions, how their team's going to look this coming next year. We'll give you some over-unders for their wins and rank them with their divisions. So without any further ado, hold on, time out. Do y'all have the offseason moves? Are they by team or are they just in general?
Let's do. I have a list. So I'll just say if introduce the team. Be like, so first we're gonna talk about the Green Bay Packers. I'll take over really quick. Just say their top two moves.
Got you.
And then we could start discussing where we think the team's headed.
All right, got you. Hold on one second. Let me pull up.
So just give me the order really quick. Let's do Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And then for the North, we'll do Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals.
Where's my pencil? Fuck. You said Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals?
Yeah.
Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. Cool. All right. Where are they at? The fucking Bears. Okay. All right. First up for the NFC North, we're going to start with the Packers.
Yeah, so the Green Bay Packers made some interesting moves. One, they released Jordy Nelson, which was a move that surprised a lot of people. In free agency, though, they added a big-time tight end in Jimmy Graham. They also added Muhammad Wilkerson from the New York Jets. They also brought in Tramon Williams, who has great corner experience on a 2-year deal. So what do you guys think about those moves?
I think there's some pretty key positions that the Packers were lacking at, especially at cornerback. I'm not sure if Tramon Williams is really the one to come in and make a huge impact, but is definitely going to provide them some much-needed depth. So I like all their moves. except releasing Jordy.
Yeah, I saw Jordy's move pretty interesting, but I think they felt pretty comfortable with what Devontae Adams has done. They also added a couple of receivers in the draft, so they made good moves. I also think that adding Jimmy Graham was really smart because there's no one who could fit the ball like Aaron Rodgers, and Jimmy Graham is a huge target, and a lot of people were concerned when they let go of Jordy, who's going to replace those red zone grabs or end zone grabs. I'm sorry. It's going to be Jimmy Graham. I really expect Jimmy Graham to have 10 touchdowns this year, just because of the guy who's going to be throwing him the ball, and because of Jimmy Graham's size advantage.
Yeah, I like a lot of those moves, especially that some of them are, or a good amount of them are based on the defensive side. Because I'm pretty confident in Aaron Rodgers, regardless of who he has on offense, and they need some work on defense. But I like the Jimmy Graham, and I didn't like the Jordy Nelson release at first, but as I think about it a little more, it just feels like this is them jumping ship a year before they regret re-signing Jordy Nelson. So like this year they might regret not having him, but definitely the year after that they're gonna regret ever signing him. And I don't know how valuable he is to this team this year, especially since, like you said, drafting some young wide receivers, bringing in some tight end help. So the options are still there for Aaron Rodgers. It just so happens that it's not going to be his favorite option, who's 32 and definitely lost step. Like he lost a step a year ago. Still effective, but lost a step. So it's only a matter of time before this becomes a bad move.
Yeah,
I agree when you say it like that.
And I think Mo Wilkerson is huge. This is a guy that was one of the most feared 3-4 pass rushers in the NFL. He had a huge deal. There was a lot of tension in that locker room, but their defensive line, that feared defensive line, really just kind of walked away from the team. Sheldon Richardson is with another team who we'll talk about later. Damon Snacks is with the Giants, and now Mo Wilkerson is gone. So I don't know how much I'm blaming on what these players have done, because when Snacks left, he really improved. He became the best run stopper in the league. You look at what Sheldon Richardson's going to do next to Linval Joseph, and now you look at Mo Wilkerson and what he brings to the table with the Packers. Man, it's going to be ridiculous, and I think it's a smart move. They got him on a 1-year, $5 million deal with $3 million in incentives. So I think this could be a huge win for the Packers.
The only problem I see with that is Mo Wilkerson is 3-4 defensive end, and they run a 4-3.
Yeah, they'll probably just move him inside. Yeah. They have the pass rushers to do it.
It's not the best situation for him.
Like Daniels, though.
Yeah, but you said it's a 4-3. We got 2 spots. Actually, they're 4-3, right?
Yeah, they're a 4-3.
Yeah, they got.
I think they actually just
switched to a 3-4.
I think they switched to a 3-4 because their new D coordinator is he used to work for the Jets, which is why Mo Wilkerson went there.
Yeah, I think so too. But either way, Mo Wilkinson's a good enough talent that it doesn't really matter if we have defensive line positions. He's gonna be on them. He's gonna be one of them. He's too good to keep off the field because of an alignment issue.
Yeah, that's true. I'd rather have him at his position, though.
I agree. But this is only a 1-year deal, and it's not like we broke the bank. So it's kind of experimental, and if it doesn't work, cool. If it does, then we just got to steal.
Yeah, I mean, this could work to the tune of maybe 8 to 12 sacks, maybe more. And if it doesn't work, like you said, we lost $5 million because it's an incentive for another $3 million. They won't pay out the incentives. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but I think the Packers defense could be, I know they'll be better than last year because they were atrocious. But it'll be interesting to see because they'll be able to stop the run. They have some good players on the D line. They have decent linebackers. They did trade away Demarius Randall.
The corner.
The corner also played safety. Had some locker room issues, but
they drafted 2 corners in this year's draft, and drafted. Exactly. I know they drafted at least one in last year's draft. Tore his Achilles, so he didn't play last year. So this year's Packers is getting an influx of more or less 3 rookie talented rookie cornerbacks.
And one veteran, so it's basically a whole new
like this
position.
is a whole new defensive back position.
Yeah. So, what's the over/under on the Packers here?
The over it's 10 games. For me,
all right, Sam, what's your call?
No question, I'm going over.
Okay.
I like the Packers this year. I'm definitely going over.
This is actually a tough one for me. Is it not like 10.5 or something that we can call?
No, it's a flat. I know. That pissed me off too. Some of them were flat 10, like flat numbers.
Yeah, I don't like the flat.
We can change them.
I want to go even on 10. I think they go 10-6.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say the same thing. I think in their division that we're going to continue to talk about, I think it's going to be hard for any team to win more than 10 games. Aaron Rodgers just talked about his young receivers and how he had the worst card session ever with them, and he was pissed when he was talking about it. Like, you could look at his face and tell how frustrated he was. I don't think that'll not necessarily affect their play, but it makes me kind of question this team and if they're a little too young, because like we just said, they have 3 new corners, 3 basically rookie corners in the backfield, some new receivers that they're going to have to get used to, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but I'm going to put them right at 10 wins. I'm going to go even on this.
Moving to the next one. Yeah, Sam, you gave yours, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Next up, Minnesota Vikings.
So the Vikings gave, at the time, the most lucrative contract for a quarterback in NFL history to Kirk Cousins on a 3-year, $84 million fully guaranteed contract. They also brought in Sheldon Richardson on a 1-year, $8 million deal with another $3 million in incentives. And, they are a team that was 1 win away from the Super Bowl last year. Pat Shurmur is now gone. He's the head coach of the New York Giants. Case Keenum is also gone. He's on the Denver Broncos. So what do you guys, when you see this team, what do you see? Do you see a team that's going to be better with Kirk Cousins and the loss of Pat Shurmur, or a team that is going to kind of be where they were last year, always in a game and always looking to compete?
I'm not sure if we'll see an immediate impact in the whole Kirk Cousins and Case Keenum switch, but I think eventually down the line we're going to see the true value of what they gained in Kirk Cousins. I think they're right where they were last year, because last year I thought they were one of the top teams in the league, and I think they'll continue that this year.
I am one of those people that just kind of never really believed in the Vikings. I didn't really buy much into Case Keenum, but they upgraded for Kirk Cousins, and it just so happens that Kirk Cousins isn't one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. But with that being said, you don't get to 13-3 with luck. So it's like the defense is incredibly talented. I'm not really worried about that. They're going to do their thing.
Incredibly talented.
And it's ridiculous how deep that team is. And they only get deeper by their recent acquisitions. But and on offense, you got Thielen on one side, Diggs on the other, and Dalvin Cook in the backfield. I don't know if y'all remember Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
He tore his ACL week 1 after he was balling. He was balling his first game, tore his ACL. So essentially we're getting another rookie.
I think it was a few weeks in. It might have been like 3-4 weeks in.
Maybe. But we're getting a rookie running back. So there's no way Kirk Cousins doesn't elevate this team unless Kirk Cousins just isn't what anybody thought he is and he's actually trash, which I don't even think he's that. I think he's kind of average, and I think an average quarterback can get them back to 13-3.
Defense is the strength of this team. And it's clear.
So Dalvin Cook got hurt in his 4th game, and through those 4 games was averaging 4.8 yards per carry, 350 yards, 54 yards total, and 2 touchdowns and 11 receptions through 4 games for a rookie.
Yeah, that's 80 yards a game. Yeah. 90 yards a game.
You're getting him back. You lost Jerick McKinnon, but you pretty much gained Dalvin Cook, and you still have Latavius Murray. You still have Kyle Rudolph. You guys know I'm a Kirk Cousins fan. I think that his situation hasn't been right the past couple of years, The only thing that worries me about Kirk Cousins is his offensive line. Minnesota hasn't really ever had a talented offensive line, and he had an extremely underrated offensive line with the Washington Redskins. He had Trent Williams, Morgan Moses, Brandon Streif. These guys are top 5 in their positions respectively. And the Vikings can't say they have a top 5 at any position on the offensive line. So that's something that really concerns me. But I really like this team. Like you said, they have Thielen and Diggs, one of the best 1-2 punches in the league, also a top tight end. And to me, this seems like such a great move for them because even though Pat Shurmur left, they gained someone who they're not going to be afraid to throw the ball deep with anymore. They'll be able to stretch the field a little more. I think with Case Keenum, they were being a little conservative with how his deep accuracy was. At times, he looked like he was playing extremely well, but at other times, he looked like he was a game manager. And I don't think you pay a guy $28 million to be a game manager. They're going to be slinging the rock with Kirk Cousins. So,
I agree.
And so
I agree.
This could be an extremely high-octane offense. I'm expecting it to be at least. They signed the quarterback coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, John DeFilippo. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but that's who they signed to be their OC. I think he's going to bring some juice and flavor with him. I'm excited for this team. I think it's going to be one of the top teams in the NFC.
All right, so we got the over-under at 10 games. Again.
I'm over for sure.
Yeah, I'm over.
Yeah, yeah, I want to say over because, yeah, like I said, 13-3 last year. We only got at best they got at worst they got marginally better. 13-3 sounds about right. I don't know if they go 14-2 or anything like that because that's really tough. But 13-3.
Yeah, if I have to put a number on it, I think it'll be like 12-4, 13-3.
Yeah.
This division's gotten a little tougher. Aaron Rodgers wasn't there.
I think the Bears got better too.
Last year, Bears got better, so I'd put them right around 12-4 just because of how good their defense is, and I think Kirk Cousins is better than Case Keenum, which I think will keep them in the thick of things.
All right, moving on. We got the Chicago Bears are up next. Moving on, we got the Chicago Bears. Reezaan, let us know what they've been up to this offseason.
Yeah, so they didn't do too many flashy moves. They really just added some really good depth. So Allen Robinson, wide receiver from the Jacksonville Jaguars, signed him to a 3-year, $42 million deal. Also brought in Taylor Gabriel from the Atlanta Falcons. They gave him a pretty big deal. I mean, that kind of tells you how they're going to be using him. It's a 4-year, $14 million guaranteed and has a max value of $28 million. That's paying him $7 million a year, extremely close to what Mohamed Sanu is getting paid with the Atlanta Falcons right now. They also matched the offer sheet that the Packers made to Kyle Fuller for $56 million, and they also added Trey Burton from the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles, also known for as the Philly Special.
The guy that threw the pass, so what's the name?
Yep, Trey Burton. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about these moves? How do you think the Bears are going to be second-year quarterback coming in?
I like. Go ahead, Sam.
Go ahead. No, you got it.
As y'all know, Mitch Trubisky, that's my boy. I like him, but he will forever be my boy. I like Allen Robinson. I like Trey Burton. I like Taylor Gabriel. I don't know if I like him for his price, but Taylor Gabriel is one of those guys. He's like a poor man's Tyreek Hill. He really looks faster than everybody on the field at all times. It's scary how fast he moves. But I don't know. Mitch Trubisky last year didn't show that he was ready to utilize all these weapons. Yeah, they didn't have them, but he also didn't show that he was just waiting for them to show up in Chicago. So I'll have to see what it's going to look like when they put it all together. But there's no way. Like, this team definitely gotten better. Receivers are better. Their defense is better. They were drafted Roquan Smith. And the defense was already pretty solid last year. What's their running? Jordan Howard is a beast in the backfield.
Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen, too. Yeah, special teams and backfield maniac. Definitely getting better. But this division's too tough for them to really, like, their impact isn't really going to show. If they make 6 wins, that'll be impressive to me. But,
wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with most of that. I think they definitely improved a lot, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to buy in on Mitch Trubisky yet. He didn't show me too much that makes me believe that he'll come out and have a breakout season. Not to say that he doesn't have the talent, but I'm not sure if he's ready yet. They did significantly step up the wide receiver position because last year it was horrible. Probably the worst receivers in the league last year. So adding Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel is a huge step up. I think they got the two offensive line and defensive line are some of the best in the league. And adding Roquan Smith back behind that defensive line is really going to make big moves for them because they did not have a very good linebacker last year. So I think they greatly improved. I don't remember how many wins they had last year, but I think they'll do better than last year.
They had 5 wins last year.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call that later in the over-under.
All right. What about you, Sam?
Reezaan.
Yeah, man. I think the Bears are an extremely interesting team. If I had more confidence in Mitchell Trubisky, I'd say that they're better than the Packers.
Whoa.
Yeah, their defense is solid. You look at their defense, and this is something brewing, okay? They, like you said, Sam, they have a top 5 defensive line. They have really good, talented linebackers. They just added Roquan Smith, drafted Leonard Floyd, who got hurt last year. Extremely talented corners, 2 good safeties. His name's slipping off my tongue, but one of their safeties was ranked by PSA as a top 4 safety.
Adrian Amos.
Yep, and there he is. And they also have Kevin White, who I know has been a disappointment so far because of his injuries. But, at some point, it's boom or bust this year for him. And with the receivers he has around him, this could be a good year. I'm not expecting 1,000 yards or anything like that from him, even though he was the number 7 pick. I'm expecting 800 to 900 yards, 700 yards, a couple of touchdowns, really expand this offense.
I mean, if you want 700, can I get 6 games from Kevin White? He needs to just show up and show that he can do anything.
He has shown that he has the ability to create big plays. He just hasn't been able to be on the field. Now you show.
I'm showing it where? So
not in that.
You showing? He on the PS4? He's showing you. He's busting him out in PS4.
No, he's had
the man not playing no games.
He's had games and he's had runs where he's shown okay, this kid could be something. He just hasn't been on the field enough for it. And
you have to show me those highlights because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, look,
I'm not saying the kid not talented.
There was a couple of games last year or 2 years ago where he really showed some potential. I remember there was a game, I think it might have been against the Packers. He played extremely well, and the next game he got hurt. So
yeah, I got him. I got him in my notes. It says Kevin White ? Because I'm not sure if he still exists. I don't know if he's still in the NFL. The man doesn't play. I want him to show out.
He's
got
here.
all the tools.
He's still here, but all the moves that they've made. Jordan Howard has been a top 5 back the past 2 years in the National Football League. You want to talk about a bell cow running back? That's what he is. He will carry the ball as many times as you need him to in a game, and he'll do it successfully against any defense.
Yeah, so for me, earlier you said boom or bust for Kevin White. He's already a bust. We'll just be nicely surprised if he turns out to be productive this year. We'll be pleasantly
How is that
surprised.
a bust already? How's that a bust?
Bro, it's his 4th, bro. I just pulled up his stats. It's my man's 4th season, right? And in 4 seasons, he's got a total of 21 receptions. 21 receptions.
I know.
That's how it's a bust. We're going into season 4. You got 21 receptions.
I know.
Only 193 yards.
It's sad. And
no touchdown.
The reason he was drafted so high is because he had that potential. If he could do something, he'll definitely have his chances. It's not like anybody's going and double teaming Kevin White or putting their number 1 corner or even number 2 corner on him. They're putting your number 4. Maybe it's not going to be. It's not even going to be close. He'll have opportunities.
He's going to be running against special teams players. All he's got to do is stay healthy. And I agree. If he stays healthy, I expect him to have a decent year. I don't know about 600-700 yards, but something to show why he was drafted that high. It's just a long road coming. I think he has it. He ran a 4.4. He's 6'3", 215, big dude. You just got to be out there in the field.
I'll take
Yeah,
20
you have
catches this year. 20
You say
catches.
20 catches?
Yeah,
I mean, he'll
this
match
year,
his career
this is
total.
a successful year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me 20 catches, it's a success. And if
I need him to play.
I'm
I need
an
him to
opposing
play more
team,
than 4 games.
if I'm an opposing team, like until he proves otherwise, like I'm probably just running a zone on whatever side of the field he's on.
Yeah, no, there was a game last year. There was a game last year against the Pittsburgh Steelers that the Chicago Bears really showed what they could be with the added talent.
Yeah.
I think they'll continue to do that, and they'll continue to be better. I'm expecting decent things from this team, but then again, they play in one of the toughest divisions in football. So let's talk over and under.
Yeah, their over under is 6.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go under because it's a tough division. And if they make it over, they'll it'll be 7. But I expect them to have 6 wins. And I think it'll be a good 6 wins too. Like they worked hard for them.
Yeah. I think they're a greatly improved team, but I don't think their record is going to show it. So I'm going to go under. Also because the NFC as a whole, like the conference as a whole, is ridiculously tough. So they're going to have a tough schedule.
Yeah, I'm going to go over on this. I think they could win 8 games this year.
Wow.
It probably won't get them into playoffs, but they're building something or they're going towards something. Maybe if they play really well, something happens with the Packers. I don't know. They could possibly be a wild card team if they surprise everybody. They also got a new head coach, so we might see some new things.
Yep. All right, last but not least, the Detroit Lions.
Yes, talk about sexy moves made in the offseason. LeGarrette Blount.
Oh.
That's their best move so far, I believe, this offseason. There really isn't anyone that will jump off the page from the people they've signed. Looking at it, it's nothing that you'll say this team has greatly improved. So with LeGarrette Blount being, I believe, your best signing, what do you guys think?
Well, they definitely stepped it up in the running back position. Otherwise, we're talking about the Lions, so
and that's the thing. This is just the Lions. They stepped it up with Garrett Blount, and they also drafted Kerryon Johnson, which, if you watch a lot of SEC football, running back out of Auburn, pretty damn good. Not to throw no shade at the Bulldogs, but I believe it was the Bulldogs. They played UGA at the end of the season, and they beat UGA. From what I saw that game, the main reason why they beat UGA is Auburn was missing their best player. Well, I think he played hurt, but he wasn't the same. You could see him limping. It was off. Kerryon Johnson is a beast. I don't know if he's going to contribute this year. I don't know if he's going to change this Lions offense right now. All they really have is Matthew Stafford on either side of the ball, in my opinion. They're going to mess around and be the worst team in this division. And They're not really going anywhere. Like, they have no direction in my mind. And by this offseason sheet, they don't have any direction either because LeGarrette Blount is beyond over the hill. And we saw that last year. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This team, they've been spending money on their offensive line every single year. They pay players that are coming from the Ravens and the Packers to come on their offensive line. They don't want to build their defense for some reason. Don't like playing players in their defense. Ziggy Ansah, who's probably their best defensive player other than Darius Slay, they're not willing to pay him, keep putting the franchise tag on him. I could understand that. He's shown flashes, but when you don't really have much else going for you and you're not willing to spend anywhere else, then what the hell are you doing as a football team? I think the Lions are one of those teams that are just kind of lost. They paid their quarterback, who's won like 5 games against winning teams, a crap ton of money. And like you said, they don't really have any direction. I expect them to be the last team in this division this year.
Their over-under is 7.5. So Vegas says they're going to be better than the Bears.
I'm actually going to go under. I don't think they win. I don't see them winning more than 7 games this year.
For me, it's no question. Yeah. Under for me as well. It's no question. They just aren't getting better, and 7 wins is kind of a lot. I say 6. I don't think they win more than 6.
I'm going to go under, and I like what you said. They have no direction, and that's really why we have not much to say about them.
Yeah.
I think 4 wins would be a victory for the Lions this year.
That's disrespectful.
Wow. So we're all are we all saying that the Vikings are going to win this division?
Yes.
Alvin?
This sounds crazy, but like I think the Vikings are a better team, and I'm kind of predicting them to have more wins than the Packers. But I think the Packers have a better season. I think they go further in the playoffs. I think they may even reach the Super Bowl. I'm kind of on the Packers this year, but the Vikings look incredible. So for the regular season, I say the Vikings probably win this division.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. But I think when I look at who's going to win this division, it's going to be the Vikings, and the Packers are going to have to fight for a playoff spot because, like Sam said earlier, the NFC has gotten so much better that it's just going to be a dogfight. Like, you're going to have to win 10 games at least to, I think, be a wild card team. So we'll see what the Packers do this year, but I think we all have the Vikings winning the NFC North.
Let me know if you disagree, but it feels like we all got Vikings, then the Packers, then the Bears, and then the Lions.
And the Lions. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I might. There's this part of me that might say the Bears are better than the Packers, but can't really make that assessment until I watch Mitchell Trubisky for a couple of games.
Relax, bro. I like Mitch Trubisky too, but relax.
We'll see what happens.
Let's move on. Yeah. Anyway. Let's move on to the best division in football, and I only say that because they got the best team in football, so kind of default makes them the best division in football. AFC North. We're gonna start with my boys out there with the Steelers. Reezaan, let us know who is the most recent acquisition to the 2018 Super Bowl team or 2019, whatever fucking year we're on.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Are you good?
Like, you got slightly angry when we started talking about this division. Like, what happened?
Oh, because I already know what's coming soon, y'all. I already know, and I feel like y'all.
Are you good?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like y'all about to hate on the Steelers.
Bro, shut your ass up.
Kind of in my gut.
Shut your ass up. Why don't you wait for our critique? Wait for our critique.
Whatever.
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever. All right, let us know. What's good with the Steelers?
All right, so the Steelers never make big off-season moves. It's not something they've ever done, or I think they'll ever do. They're really a franchise that draft and build. I honestly believe their biggest off-season move was pretty much saying that Le'Veon Bell won't be back next year. That's really been the biggest news to come out of Pittsburgh. So, Al, we'll start with you. How do you feel about LB who's not going to be a part of this team after this year? How do you feel about y'all's upcoming season?
Like I already said, upcoming season, I'm feeling pretty positive. It's the Super Bowl year coming up, but as far as L. Bell goes, I hate to say it, but the Steelers shit the bed on this one. It wasn't, and it's not that I get not signing him. I get not giving him the money that he wants because he's a running back at his age. I get the value of running backs and the career progression of running backs. I get all that. But there's 2 things that matter to me in this situation and why we should have played Le'Veon Bell, no questions asked. One, he's not DeMarco Murray, so let's stop comparing him to DeMarco Murray because we all know he's in a class above DeMarco Murray. And
who's ever compared him to DeMarco Murray? And
I'm talking about DeMarco Murray of the Cowboys team. That year they handed the ball to him like 30 times a game. I've heard many conversations. Oh, after that year he was an off year on all that, which a lot of running backs follow that trend. Le'Veon Bell is not a lot of running backs. Let's not even treat him like he's another running back. Secondly, this team in 2 years is going to need Le'Veon Bell. Antonio Brown's not going to be Antonio Brown. Ben Roethlisberger's probably not going to be in the NFL anymore. Maybe. No, probably not. 2 years, probably not. So what do we have?
He has so many concussions.
Yeah, exactly. And he supposedly had another.
He's already been thinking about it for so long.
Yeah, every offseason it's the Big Ben
every single one of them.
If he's going to retire or not.
And the Steelers decide, after looking at all this, after Antonio Brown's like 31, I believe, all this, they decide we're gonna piss off the franchise player of the next 5 years because we don't want to come up off a little extra change. Come on, bro. Yeah, like straight shit the bed. And in 3 years, when we're not good and our offense doesn't have anything going for it, and our best receiver is Juju Smith, we're gonna look back on this and really regret it.
So
I
how are you
disagree with
expecting the
that
season
because
to
I
be?
think
Like,
I disagree with that. I think Juju Smith is another amazing Steeler wide receiver pick. I think he's gonna become just as good. Well, not just as good, but
oh yeah,
Come on.
if you were about
one
to say
of the
what I think
best
you were about to say,
receivers.
let's relax.
yeah,
I was already about to hit you with that. Relax, bro.
No, I had to stop myself. I think he will be one of the best receivers in the league, though.
Yeah, I like him. I just got to see more from him. I like him, but I don't know if I'm ready for him to be. I'm not even ready for him to be my number 2 this year. I'm kind of disappointed in that. But him being my number 1 going forward after a year this year or the year after that or whatever, I don't know.
He's definitely a good number 2 to have when you have AB on the other side, taking so much away from the defense, and then you have LB. I think Juju Smith's probably going to end up being a really good number 2. I don't know if I like him enough to be my number 1 when AB isn't there, and Le'Veon is probably not there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like you said, I think the Steelers really shit the bed, should have paid Le'Veon. You saw what the Rams did, went ahead and paid Todd Gurley before Le'Veon hits free agency and probably gets $17 to $18 million next year. So, looking at the Steelers, they're always such an interesting team because they're always pretty consistent, and then they always have a loss that makes you think, what's going on?
Yeah. And that's Mike Tomlin. That's Mike Tomlin for you. I blame all of that on Mike Tomlin.
And so we'll see what happens going forward. I think from what I've seen, I'm not a guy who's gonna say that a team's gonna have a great year from their off-season training camp or anything like that. But AB doesn't look like he's lost a step. Honestly, to me, Le'Veon shouldn't even play this year. I think if he's gonna play, they're gonna do what they did last year, and that's maximize his touches. I mean, this man had more than 400 touches on the football last year. More than 400 touches on the football. And they're going to do that again because, hey, we don't owe him anything after this year. He's gone. Yep. So let's use him as much as we can. And I know it's hard for a football player not to come on that football field, but if I was, his agent or something like that, I would tell him don't even go. Let's take a year off, practice, and let's get you paid next year. Because when he gets paid next year after a year off, after a year break, it'll be even more money. He'll be in a better situation, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, my advice would have been for Le'Veon to sit also for a year just to refresh their legs, and the Steelers are going to treat him like garbage.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of touches, I expect him to have more than 420 touches this year. I really do.
Yep. It's like when you're renting an apartment or renting anything. Like the care is just a little different from when you own it, and they're going to treat him like some rented garbage.
And it's not like LB is 29 years old or something. He just turned 26. He won't be 27 until after the Super Bowl next year. I mean, I don't understand what the Steelers are thinking. Take a 3-year contract, pay the man, let him know you care for him, love him. He's done so much for your franchise. He's not the reason you're freaking losing.
Show him a little affection.
I'm saying, bro, my man just wants some love and affection, and they are just completely giving him the cold shoulder for no reason.
So, this is kind of a side note. If LB leaves, name a team that you think he goes to.
The Jets. I think the Jets throw stupid money at him.
Okay,
or the 49ers
Jets, yeah.
or some shit.
Okay, what do you think, Sam?
The Bucks.
The Bucks? I don't think they'll have the cap to sign someone like him.
Yeah, I don't know about the cap, but if they have the cap, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be. But I paying Mike Evans, they have Jameis Winston to play. We'll see what happens with Jameis.
We'll see.
I don't know.
But also,
I think he goes to the Colts.
No,
I just feel like that's a place he would enjoy playing.
Miami, yeah.
Well, Tampa Bay, but a team that he would enjoy playing on.
I think he goes to Indianapolis Colts. I mean, they have the money.
I would love to see him go to the Colts.
Yeah, you're talking about Andrew Luck throwing the football to Le'Veon, taking some stress off of him. And it just seems like a move for some reason that the Colts would make, even though they're an organization that doesn't spend too much money. I think they're one of the few teams that could afford him. And Le'Veon isn't going to go to a team, I think, that's going to be like working to get better. He wants to go to a quarterback that can help him win now.
Yeah. Oh, that offense would be scary if he got Le'Veon Bell.
It'd be the Steeler offense, but with just younger pieces and a different color.
And arguably better.
Better
quarterback. Yeah, better quarterback.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say Andrew Luck. Like, does he have the potential? Yeah. But also, T.Y. is not better than A.B., though. That's the other thing.
No, absolutely
I think those cancel out. I think the quarterback to receiver differences kind of cancel out until it ends up being almost the exact same thing, just younger.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. But let's talk about the over/under for the Steelers. What do you think of that?
It's at 10.5. And I'm saying over because if it's not 15.5, ain't no way I'm going under.
All right, then. What do you think?
From 10.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give them over.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this division's gonna be so interesting this year. I'm gonna go over, but not by much. I think they win 11 games.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. See, that's the hater shit I was talking about, Sam. You know what I'm talking about? 11 games is disrespectful. We win in 16 straight up.
Let's move on. What's the next team on the list, Alvin?
I actually agree with him, but yeah, let's move on.
Both of y'all some haters. All right, Cincinnati's next. Speaking of teams with no direction. What you got, Reezaan?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Jeez. All right. So, Cincinnati Bengals, their best move has honestly been re-signing one of their own, Tyler Eifert. You guys know I have a man crush on Tyler Eifert. He's I think one of the best tight ends when he's healthy. But brought him back on a what up?
He's never healthy. You love these players that are never healthy.
Unstoppable.
It's been like 2 years, bro.
Yo, I'm saying.
Just one.
When are we gonna get him on the field?
It's just last year he missed. He was healthy the year before that. He didn't play all the games.
Not all year.
Yeah,
not all year. He's never healthy all year.
Yeah, that's true. He's always one of those, like, every week he's got something going on. He's questionable every week. If he's in the lineup, it's one of those questionable shit.
Yeah, that's honestly been their best move, though. Haven't really done anything outside of that. So let's talk about the good old Hugh Jackson Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvin Lewis. I'm sorry. Marvin Lewis Bengals.
Did he get good money?
Marvin Lewis? Yeah.
No. Tyler Eifert.
Eifert.
He got a 1 year, $5 million contract, I believe, with a couple of million in incentives.
Okay, that's what I would sign him to.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
He's actually someone I expected the Falcons to go after. It just seemed like he would really fit that offense and what Matt Ryan likes to do with his tight ends. Because Tyler Eifert
kind of reminds me of Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, he really does. Just not the same athletic ability, but Tyler Eifert isn't going to drop passes. You know you could look for him in the red zone. And he's
sneaky fast. Like, he's not Tony Gonzalez athletic at the tight end position, but he's still relatively athletic. He's no slow guy. He can move a little bit. But yeah, that's the only move they got. So their record last year. I lost it. Cincinnati Bengals. They were average 7-9. I don't really. They're not getting better than 7-9 this year. Haven't done anything. Joe Mixon, their running back. That's the best thing they've got going for them right now as far as new tools and stuff. They drafted him last year. He's pretty good. I do like Joe Mixon. Shout out to AJ Green because he's just kind of out there by himself. Andy Dalton sucks. And it's just, they have nothing. I have nothing to say about the Bengals positively and very little to say about them negatively because they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think this is the year for Andy Dalton. Like, I wouldn't say Matt Ryan was necessarily in a similar position, but before Matt Ryan had his MVP season, we looked at him and said, "What are we getting for Matt Ryan now?" It's been 7 or 8 years in. You know, not a ton of playoff success, good regular season consistency, and we said, "Okay, this is the year Matt Ryan needs to prove something," and he won and did. He had a fantastic year, and I don't think Andy Dalton's going to do that. I think this is going to be a bust. I think, like you said, I'd be surprised if they win more than 7 games. With the Browns' emergence, I don't see them winning more than 7 games. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're another team with no identity, no real direction, no real talent really, other than AJ Green. Um, I don't think their coach is that great. Their city sucks. I'm going way under. I can't believe their over/under was 7.5 because I'm going more like 3.
No,
What?
Bro,
you're on some extreme shit today.
Dude, they suck.
Like 3.
Jeez.
Their over/under is 6.5.
They made some upgrades on the offensive line. They traded for Cordy Glenn, left tackle of the Buffalo Bills. They drafted Billy Price, I believe, in the draft. So they made some moves to upgrade their offensive line, which is a huge problem. But it just doesn't seem like in this division they'll have a ton of success. And if you're not going to have success in your own division, it's kind of hard to go out and win 9 to 11 games.
I think at best they win 1 game in their division.
No, they're always more competitive in their division. Like, you're tripping, bro.
I don't think one's kind of wild. I'll give them 2. I think they sneak 1. I think they sneak 1 on the Browns, just because they're the Browns and they can't be that great. And I think they split with the Ravens because the Ravens also shit. But
and the Bengals always play the Steelers pretty tough. It's not like it's a
they're not sneaking 1 on us. They're not sneaking 1. I don't care. I don't care, bro. That AJ Green kills the Steelers every single year. I say it all the time. It kills us. We're not losing to the Bengals this year.
All right, so we're all going under. We're all going under on 7.5.
Absolutely.
No, I just changed my bid. I'm sorry, guys. I just changed my bid. I forgot they drafted Billy Price, the center from Ohio State. So he's definitely about to lead them to a couple wins. So I'm gonna go over, and they get 7. Billy Price is without a doubt putting the team on his back. So I'm gonna go over with 7. Who's next? Wow. Browns next. All right, the Browns were a little exciting this offseason. What we got?
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said the Browns were exciting this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, that's a team that made a lot of moves. Jarvis Landry, drafting Baker Mayfield #1, adding Denzel Ward, adding Tyrod Taylor at quarterback, nice little quarterback competition, getting Carlos Hyde, adding
Demarius
Randall, EJ Gaines, TJ Carey. I mean, they added some players that are going to make an instant impact on this team. They also drafted Nick Chubb, your boy Sam from UGA. So, looking at this team, what do you guys think? Like, they're obviously going to be better than they have. I think they're going to do better than 0 games from last year.
Oh, absolutely, much better than 0 games. Man, I can't, since I've been a fan of football, I can't think of one off season that a team has improved more than the Browns have this one.
Yeah,
I agree.
They really got so much better, and if the coaching is really as good as it's supposed to be, any other coach would have been gone after this year, halfway through the year.
Which I still think he should have been gone.
He probably should have been, but the whole thing was, it's Hugh Jackson. He's a great coach. So if he's actually a great coach...
Who won 0 games.
Look, we're not talking about that right now.
And the year before that, won 1 game.
That was a really bad
He literally
team,
won in 31.
If he's
Those were really bad teams, though.
As they say, they need to win at least 5 games this year, because this roster is talented enough to be a 10-win roster.
If they don't win 5 games, I'm firing Hugh Jackson. 0-16 didn't get you fired. 5-11 will, without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't care how bad your team is. I don't care what's going on in your organization. If as a head coach your 2-year record is 1-31, there is no way in hell I'm bringing you back for a 3rd season.
That is crazy.
And I get he's a good quarterback whisperer or whatever the hell you want to call him. I don't know if you've been watching Hard Knocks, but he's a dick. He seems like a dick. Like, he does not listen to people. He doesn't listen to the coaches around him. He doesn't really listen to the players. He has a stick up his ass when he's only won one game in 2 years. Do you know how wild that is? 1-31.
That is
ridiculous.
1-31. I don't think there's ever been a worse 2-year span for a head coach in the NFL in the
And
history
he still
of
has
the
a
league.
job.
And he still has a job. So
Still has. Not
you
only
know-
does he still have a job, but like still has a job in that management is confident in him and defending this man in like press conferences. Not still has a job like, oh, we forgot you was here. Nah, we ride for Hugh Jackson. Like, he's not 1-31. I don't understand. They really they really support him. I don't get it.
Yeah, but they've made a lot of good moves. Like you said, Sam, I don't know if I've ever seen a team improve this much in one off season, but it's also because they were so bad. It's just like the only way you could go is up.
Up.
I
but also
think that I don't
go ahead, Reezaan.
I don't know how impactful Baker is going to be right off the bat. I think they're really sticking to their plan of starting Tyrod Taylor, who I don't think is a bad quarterback. You look at what he did in Buffalo with those receivers. There's not a lot you can do with those receivers.
I think he's a good quarterback. He's a winner.
Yeah, he really is.
Winner.
I think Tyrod could lead them to 8-9 games this year.
Mm-hmm. There's been in the last 15 years, there's been 2 quarterbacks who were drafted in the first round and did not start in their first season. No, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes started week 17. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that in their first season as a first-round quarterback didn't start any games. Patrick Mahomes has 1. So between the 2 of them, they've got 1. Every other first-round quarterback starts their first game. The owner or the general manager of the Packers when Aaron Rodgers and the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes was I'm blanking on his name, but he's the general manager of the Browns right now. He's not starting Baker Mayfield. Like, if you don't start Aaron Rodgers behind Brett Favre, I get it, cool. You didn't start Patrick Mahomes after Alex Smith, I get it, cool.
Well,
he's not starting Baker.
Great start.
I hear you. I don't like, and I'm not saying they're clear-cut starters.
Alex Smith threw 5 games this past season.
Was
probably the league MVP.
Yeah,
he was the leader for MVP, and I don't like starting the quarterback right off like week 1. Give him a few weeks. If the team isn't doing great, the quarterback is performing,
and
then we'll start off the first-round quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't mind either way. John Dorsey, that's his name.
Yeah, John Dorsey is a guy who's patient. He realizes what he has here. He realizes how bad this team was. I'm just kind of disappointed they didn't fire Hugh. I really am. But I think this could be still a good team, and I don't know if it's going to be because of his coaching. It'll be because they have talent.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not that hard to coach really good talent.
I agree, but I think Baker Mayfield. I like Baker. I've liked everything I've seen from him, and I think he will end up deserving the start because of Dorsey. I don't know if he'll get the chance, but I think by the end of the season, I would have said, like, Baker Mayfield should have started games this year. I think he's going to be a better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor. I don't think he's going to be more valuable to this team. I think Tyrod Taylor puts him in better positions to win games than Baker Mayfield will. Also, the Browns got a meeting.
This year, I agree.
Yeah, this year. The Browns got a meeting with Dez tomorrow, by the way. So they might be bringing in another big-name acquisition.
But I don't get Dez. So, like, you have Jarvis, who's already a possession receiver, doesn't have a ton of speed. And then you have Josh Gordon, who's really explosive. You drafted Anthony Callaway. You traded Corey Coleman. And you're going to bring Dez in to be what? Another slower, less
red
effective.
Zone option, probably.
But, like, they don't have a Dez. They don't have it. No, Jarvis. I mean, Dez and Jarvis are nothing alike. They don't have a Dez. We got a Jarvis.
I don't think they need a Dez. They don't need a Dez. Dez is only going to slow that offense down.
If you don't have a Dez, then you need a Dez. Every offense needs a Dez. Like, needs, I don't mean needs, like we're not going to move the ball.
I don't know about that.
I'm not gonna say,
I don't think
okay,
so.
Not needs, like, we're not going to move the ball without him. Needs, like, what he gives you in the red zone, what he gives you on big down, just a body that I throw up and go get it. I'm giving you a pretty good chance of catching the ball. That's not Jarvis Landry.
I don't know.
That's not really
I'm not
what
a fan
saying.
of this Dez Bryant move. I'm not a fan
I see what you're saying. Like, we expect this offense to be explosive. We expect them to be really great. But if we have the money, why not have Dez as another option on the bench? Like, he's a great red zone option. is Dez Bryant. We know what
he caught like
can
2
do.
touchdowns last year.
I'm not saying that he's a great receiver right now, but we've seen in the past what he can do. He's still got his size.
Clearly
He's still got
really
the same
regressed. He's really regressed.
I don't think that's all on Dez, though.
All right,
last year wasn't all on Dez.
Having him as your number 4 receiver is still a great option.
Ain't bad. The Giants will take his ass. He's better than your number 4, without a question.
Yes, but to me, we need a Dez. We don't have a big red zone possession receiver. They have Josh Gordon, who's 6'3". Yes, they do.
But he's not a big red zone receiver. He's just 6'3". Those are different.
Yeah, having height doesn't make you a red zone receiver.
Martavis Bryant was 6'4".
I wouldn't say it's the height that makes him the better receiver, but I don't know. To me, getting Dez isn't all that great. I'm not a fan of it. We'll see what happens with him. But
I agree. We'll see. But let's move. Let's get to over under. Browns over under is 5.5. Pretty low.
Yeah, I'd go over.
Pretty low. I'd go over, no question.
I think it'll be close, but I'm going over as well.
I think the Browns can go 7-9 this year, which is a huge upgrade.
Too. I'm expecting about 7 wins. Last but not least. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I'm actually really excited to watch the Browns this year.
Me too. I'm actually I can't wait till Madden comes out so I can play with the Browns. The Browns
it already came out, bro.
Deadass?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm getting old. But the Browns are one of those teams that I just want to play with because it's going to be fun to see what those people.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Absolutely. And I want to say really quick, they lost Joe Thomas, one of the best left tackles in NFL history. I guess we didn't really talk about that, but they lost Joe Thomas, which is going to be a pretty big burden. It's a really big shoe to fill. But, Hugh Jackson the Great will, I guess, figure it out.
Yeah. 1-31.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on to the equally not exciting Baltimore Ravens. They are going nowhere also.
Boy Lamar Jackson. Lamar.
Ravens' best move was to trade up and draft Lamar Jackson. They also added RG3. Doesn't really make much sense, but also signed Michael Crabtree and John Brown.
Wow. Well, yeah, I'll let Sam. I'll let you touch on Lamar Jackson. I'll let you have that one.
My boy.
But Michael Crabtree was an interesting signing. They do need receivers. John Brown, he hasn't done much since those 10 games that he broke out with the Cardinals 3 years ago. But other than that, the Ravens aren't really going anywhere. Of the teams that we've mentioned without a lack of direction, they may be one of the they may be the worst because all they have is Lamar Jackson at quarterback. At least the other, well, no, that's not true. Cincinnati has Andy Dalton, so forget that. All I got is Lamar Jackson. That's the only player on the team worth mentioning in any conversation for any reason at all. That's it. So they're gonna suck this year.
Unfortunately, I don't think Lamar will be starting this year. They're gonna stick with Flacco, who is horrible
worst starter quarterback in the league. Worst what's the word? Worst yearly starter. The guy who starts every single year, he's the worst by far.
Yeah, I don't you should have a lot more competition.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think they do have a lot more talent than you made it sound like. They got Brandon Carr, Eric Weddle, Jimmy Smith, Terrell Suggs. Their defense
hasn't retired yet.
Bruh, Carr hasn't retired yet? There's the guys you mentioned are one season away from senior citizen.
I wouldn't say those guys are
all right, maybe I meant
they
to
have
say
Brandon,
I was thinking
Brandon
of
Williams. They have Brandon Williams, Brandon Williams, CJ Mosley,
Eric Weddle, Jimmy Smith. Yes, CJ Mosley is a dog, but my point is their defense still has some talent. That's basically the only thing other than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think this is also a make it or break it year for John Harbaugh. I mean, you're in a pretty tough division. The teams around you, the worst team in your division is really rising, and now you're looking out with your little quarterback controversy. and really just getting receivers off the street. Like the Ravens offered Dez a multi-year contract, and he declined.
Yeah.
So, and he's willing to take a much less lucrative deal to play for a contender. So it kind of tells you about how he views them and the type of success they're probably going to have. This isn't a team that I'm extremely excited about. I don't know about you guys. I love watching Raven defense. I love watching a good defensive football game, but I hate watching the Ravens offense. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Terrible.
They also signed Willie Snead. I didn't know that, but
yeah, he'll be great.
Okay. Yeah,
he's decent.
Hall of Famer.
I mean, he'll be a good addition, right? Like he played well, but who did he play well under? Drew Brees. Who did Drew Brees have around him? One of the best offenses in the league, and Willie Snead just had to really come in and catch passes.
Yeah, like Willie Snead is eating off the coverages from Michael Crabtree and John Brown. No one's getting double covered out there. So
and Rashad Perryman.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he's great, but he's better than their number 2 last year. So
yeah. So what's their over under?
Y'all would not believe this. 8.
Wow.
Vegas at 8, which is second in the division on my.
Vegas says 8?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, they're always kind of consistent. They're always kind of consistent between 7 to 10 games, or 8 to 10 games.
Ravens are one of those teams that every single year, maybe I'm a little biased because of Steelers, but I'm like, there's no way they're winning such and such games. And then they come out there in like ugly fashion. They come out there and they win. However many games I said there was no way they were going to get, they do it. But this year isn't one of those years for me. I think they're probably one of the least talented teams in the NFL. So I got to go under. I think they won like 5 games maybe.
Wow, so this really went from being one of the best divisions. Like the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens used to consistently be in the playoffs. And now we're saying one team is making the playoff from this division, and the other 3 are winning less than 7 games.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like somebody's got to win games in this division. Somebody has to win games. Who is it? Like usually it's a first team winning all the games. Third and fourth are down there in the bottom, and the number 2 team is just soaking up like sloppy wins left and right, but not enough to get the playoffs. I wonder if the Browns can get 8 games by just beating the Bengals and the Ravens a couple times.
Yeah, I mean that's 4 games right there.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go under. I don't see them winning more than 7 games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under as well.
So
I just want to I didn't know these were Vegas odds. I might have to take these Ravens and the Lions bets.
Yeah, these are.
So we have
Vegas odd shark odds. So I got them.
Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Bengals.
Honestly, I got the Bengals finishing before the Ravens. I got Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, but it's not like it's 4 to 5 wins down there at the bottom. Like whichever one of y'all is less trash.
So my thinking is by the time the Ravens are like 10 wins deep and they have like 2 wins or 3 wins, they're going to put Lamar in, and he's going to carry them to a few more. So I'm going to go Steelers, Browns, Ravens, and Bengals dead last because they're trash. Lamar Jackson will single-handedly win them 2 games.
I cannot believe you called that shit, bro. I hope that happens. I really do. Just so that you can 6 months from now.
It probably will.
No, you're right. That's a pretty good prediction.
Like, unless they're playoff bound, like Lamar Jackson's going to start the few games.
I agree. But my question, real quick, just playing along with the Ravens' miserable time out there. If Joe Flacco goes down week 1 with like an ACL tear, who's coming in after him? Like they brought in
RG3.
Week 1, it'll be RG3.
Yeah.
See,
and then he'll get hurt by week 3, so then it has to be Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that. I say if your starter goes down week 1, put in the rookie. Put it in the rookie. Who cares? This season's over anyway. Who cares?
Give him a few weeks. If Joe Flacco goes down though by week 8, Lamar should be starting.
Agreed. Regardless if Joe Flacco goes down by week 8, Lamar should be starting. But real quick on Lamar Jackson, he had that touchdown he had in his preseason game where he ran it in.
Mhm.
Just one of those plays like that. It looked like he was still at Louisville saucing up kids in college. And
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a great.
he kind of was playing kids that.
I mean, yeah, these aren't but this is the NFL. Any way, shape, or form, you're in the next class, and you making people look like you made them look in college. Which at Louisville, he was playing some scrubs because they didn't have great teams every week on the record. So like, he was making literal 2-star athletes look trash. Now he's doing the same to NFL players, which is a good sign, especially for his elusiveness. Because who knows how his running game's gonna translate. The fact that he was saucing kids out their shoes though was wild.
Trying to tell you.
My only thing with Lamar Jackson is because of that elusiveness. It just hasn't worked out for a lot of quarterbacks running like that.
I don't know any. I've not. Maybe Michael Vick. Maybe
RG3.
No, wasn't that elusive.
RG3 used to run just as.
Donovan McNabb.
RG3 used to run so much.
Russell Wilson.
No, yeah, but not just running. The style of running. Like those guys are all running quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson is like if you put Tavon Austin at quarterback, he's just a different kind of shifty. And just like I'm really just trying to sauce people up out here. Cam Newton runs over guys.
I mean, if he can throw the ball, why does it matter what his running style is?
Because I feel like
I agree.
I feel like that's one of the reasons he won't start really quick is because he's gonna have to learn to find out where to throw the ball and then run if he has no option. Russell Wilson is so good at what he does is because he always protects himself. Like he doesn't take unnecessary hits, and we see that in college because, like you said, Alvin, he was playing against some scrubs and they couldn't hit as hard. But this is the freaking NFL. People are gonna be out here for his neck. So I don't know. He'll just have to learn and develop, and I think he's talented enough to do that. But we'll just see what happens with him.
I also think he's more athletic than 80% of the players out there. Defensive
without
backs,
question.
receivers.
Without question.
So
the
that
only
has
people
a lot
on his
to do with
athletic
it.
field are backfield. Yep.
Yeah,
he's
definitely
unlike
athletic.
any other quarterback we've seen. Like this is unlike Russell Wilson. But
so for that reason, we can't base our judgment off what we've seen in history because we've never seen as athletic a quarterback.
We're just
a different class.
But the Ravens honestly aren't a place where I want to see Lamar Jackson showcase his talents. You know, like that's not a team that I think is going to help him. But time will tell.
See. Yeah. But I think he's a better thrower than a lot of people give him credit for. So I think that'll help. But he's got it. If I'm the Ravens, I don't care what our record looks like. By week 8, I'm playing him. And if we're 1-5, by week 6, I'm playing. I'm starting.
Yeah.
Got nothing to lose.
So we have the Steelers and the Vikings winning both divisions. Some surprising teams. These are pretty good divisions. Some surprising teams coming dead last. Sam really has some outrageous numbers for the Bengals and the Lions, winning less than 5 games.
Combined.
It's almost football time, baby. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Love it. Yeah, we miss anything?
Nah.
I
mean,
no, sir. That's about it.
So when do you guys want to do the next one?
All right, let's talk about that in a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Are you trying to wrap it up real quick?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Dean. All right. Damn, this is 1:10, but a lot of it is bullshitting.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Dean. All right. All right, thank you guys for listening to our NFL, AFC, and NFC North episode. Glad you guys were here to hear us out. If you have any suggestions or if you feel a little differently about the Ravens or if you think the Lions are going to win more games than Sam said, please let us know. Hit us up. If you also think the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, hit me up personally because we, great minds think alike. But we'll be back next week. Same time next week. We'll be doing some different divisions, so stay tuned to hear if your team's in that division. This is where you can listen to us at Go Defy Life and our SoundCloud. This is public sports announcement, and we out here.
Peace.
All right.
Take care, ladies and gents.